Hi, Level B. How are you doing? Do you like my shirt today? I'm wearing my very colorful Mexican blouse that I got. I love it. Okay, so I know that a lot of you have kids at home right now. And so virtual learning is really difficult. And you're working and whatever. I understand. So I just need you to communicate with me and say, hey, I can't do the Zooms because my kids are crazy and whatever, or I'm working and I can't do the work until the weekend or whatever. Just let me know, okay? Just tell me. You can email me or call me or use the remind. However you want to communicate with me, great. If you are having trouble picking up the packets, then I can email them to you. I was talking to Miss Debbie maybe about doing some delivery where we bring it to you and leave it on your at your apartment. I don't know. So you just let me know what the issue is. If we need to do different times, tell me, okay? That we got to work together. All right. Um so this week we're talking about um simple present. This is in your packet. Simple present or present continuous. So it's two tenses of verbs that are like they can be kind of similar in how you use them. And so this week we're going to talk about the two tenses and then we're going to compare them and you're going to practice like when do I use simple present and when do I use present continuous. Okay? So get your notes, get ready, get your notes. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the present simple positive. So this is really for regular verbs. There are irregular um present simple verbs like I am, you are, that's irregular. It doesn't really follow the right pattern. So this information is mostly for regular. And I will send you if you need to review this slower, then that's fine. I'll send you a video that you can watch that I did for level A few weeks ago so that you can, if you need more time to review this, then you can go watch that video and that will help you. All right, so let's say that the verb we're doing right now is, let's do read, okay? So I read books. You read books. We read books. Y'all read books. They read books. Okay? So read, 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 read. Um, he, she, and it, um, they use, so this is called third person singular. You don't really need to know that. You just need to know it's he, she, and it, third person singular. They have an S. So READS. Okay. So I read books, and then let's say you want to talk about your son. My son, he reads books. So this verb in the third person singular, he, she, and it, use reads with an S. Okay. So that's the same. I eat tacos. She eats tacos. Okay, so you need the S for he, she, and it. All right, you should already know that. That's review. Okay, so now let's do real quickly the negative. So this was the positive, like yes, I read books. So now we're going to do the negative. And to make the negative for simple present, you're going to do, you need to use the helping verb do and the word not. Okay, so you can make these into a contraction where we say, instead of do not, we say don't. I would say most English speakers, we almost never use do not. we always use don't. It's very easy for us to say don't. If we say do not, it's almost like for emphasis. Like if you said, "Oh, Miss Beth, do you like meat?" and I don't know, I'd already told you and I'm mad that you asked me, I could say, "I do not eat meat." So like for emphasis, I might say that. But if I'm not mad and I'm just regularly talking to you, then I could say, "I don't eat meat." Okay? So let's do I don't, and then you have to don't forget your second verb. So I don't read. So this is the negative of this. So I read, yes, I read. Or no, I don't read. I do not read or I don't read. Okay? So I bet you can guess the pattern. You don't read. We don't read. Y'all. Oh, we didn't talk about this. Y'all is the plural. It's like ustedes. It's the plural of you. Okay? And we only use this word in the South and the southern United States. Like if you go to California or New York and you say y'all, then they will laugh at you. You're from Texas. You said y'all. They think it's a silly word, but we like it here. So you can also just say you. That's also plural. So this is one you. I'm talking only to you, Maria. And then this is, I'm talking to you, Maria and Elizabeth, right? Okay, so y'all don't read. They don't read. Okay, are you ready? You can do it. I believe in you. Here we go. So he, she, and it is the different one, right? Just like up here, we need the S on the verb in the third person singular. So down here in the third person singular, we still need the S. So instead of do, we do for he, let's just do he. So he, we don't say he do. No, that's not correct. We say he does, does, does not. Okay. So, and then let's talk about that real quick. The contraction for that one can be doesn't. Oops, let me see. Doesn't, doesn't, doesn't. It's like a Z sound. So does and doesn't. I know. It's awful. You can say does not. It's fine. It's correct. It's just that most English speakers will say doesn't. Okay. So he does not. And then we're going to put read. Okay, and where it gets confusing is up here in the positive, we needed the S, right? We needed the S in the positive. So down here, you're like, wait, where's the S? He reads, he does not read. No, here's the S. So in the negative, the S moves to the does, okay? And so then we don't need it. We only need one S, only one. And in the negative, it's in the does. Okay, so we can say he doesn't read. Here's our S. So he reads is the positive, and we need an S, so it's on the end of read. And then in the negative, he doesn't read. Okay? So there are some irregular S ones, like I have, she has, I do, he does. I go, it goes. Okay. So those are some irregular positive ones. And I think where it can get confusing. So let's do have. Like I have two sons. Okay. She. So it's she, and let's make it negative. This one's positive. So she doesn't. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not what I want to do. Ah, okay. Let's do she has. There we go. Two sons. Okay, she has 2 sons. That's the positive one. Has is the third person singular for have. So then in the negative, she doesn't. And then what verb are we going to use? You have to go back to the other verb without the S. So she doesn't have a daughter. Let's say that. So she has 2 sons. She doesn't have a daughter. All right. So I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I will show you some videos that you can watch and get more practice on. Okay? We're going to move on to this side. Okay? So this looks kind of confusing, but it's really not. You already know most of this. Okay. So let me try. Sorry. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. So you'll see that it has past, present, and future. So these are when we use simple present. Okay. These are when we use simple present. Okay, so here's a bunch of X's. Like it happens in the past, it happens in the present, it happens in the future. So you use simple present with repeated actions / routines. All right, so here's an example. I get up at 6 a.m. Okay, I get up at 6 a.m. That's an example. So every day, now, even now, today, and in the future, tomorrow, whatever, I get up at 6 a.m. Okay, so that's one way that we use simple present. Okay, the next one is this. Look, there's like no gaps. It's just like, okay, so always, it's always true. Okay, or like facts or generalizations. Generalizations. Okay, so for example, let's do Dallas has many people, right? Dallas has many people. It had a lot of people last year. It's going to have a lot of people next year. It's something that's always true. It's something that's always true, right? Dallas has many people. That's just something that we know. Okay. So that's an always true one. Okay. So the next one is a permanent state. A permanent state. So this is like, for example, you live in Dallas. You live in Dallas, right? It's not permanent in that, like, well, I lived in Mexico 20 years in the past. It's not permanent like that, but you live in Dallas and you're not moving anytime soon, right? Like, so you could say, I live in a house or I live in an apartment. Those are things that are permanent for your everyday life. I am married. Those are all in the present simple. I have 2 children because um, they're just things that are permanent about your life, right? So that's a really easy one that you already know. You just maybe you didn't know how to say it. All right. And then also sometimes we use the present simple for scheduled events in the near future. All right, scheduled events in the near future. For example, the train leaves at 6 p.m. The train leaves, there's our S. The train leaves at 6 p.m. So it's not happening right now. It's not a repeated action. It's not necessarily something that's always true, but it is a scheduled event and it's in the near future. Okay, so that's another example of when we might use it. Okay, so real fast, if you need more practice on making questions, then I will send you a link. The level A is doing present simple questions this week, and so I'll send you that link and you can watch the video if you want to. Um, so to make questions for regular verbs, not irregular, not like to be, that's a weird one. So to make questions for regular verbs in the present simple, you're gonna do, you need to start with do or does, okay? Do or does, plus the person, the subject, the person or the thing, plus the second verb, okay? Plus any extra information. Extra information, okay? So do or does, plus the person or the thing, plus the second verb, plus extra info. So, and if you want to do a question word like when or where, you're going to put that here, okay? So this is optional. Question word is optional, all right? Question word is optional. So let's do an example. Let's say, do, the person is you. Let's do this. So if you is the person, we have to use do, right? Because we only use does. We only use does with he, she, and it. So do you live in Dallas? Okay. You see it? Do or does, the person, you, second verb, live, and then any extra information is in Dallas. That's how we make our questions in simple present. All right, so let's do one with she. Okay, let's do the she has two sons. Let's ask a question about that. All right, so does, we have to use does because we're talking about he, she, or it, right? So does she have a daughter? Does she have a daughter? So do or does, she is the person, have is the second verb, and then there's the extra information. Okay? You're going to get some practice on this today, so don't worry if you don't understand it right this second. And then, so I'll just give you a quick example of the question word. You could add here, why. So now the question is, why do you live in Dallas? So this by itself, do you live in Dallas, is a yes or no question. And now it becomes, why do you live in Dallas? Because there are many jobs, right? So now it becomes a different question when you add a question word. Okay, so that is simple present. I'm gonna do, okay, we're gonna keep going. I know it feels like a lot. It's 18 minutes already. So if you need to stop and take a break, maybe you can work on the simple present work and then come back and do present continuous. Perfect. Take a break. It's fine. I know everyone's busy. Okay, so we're going to go onto the back of our notes, turn the page. Now we're doing present continuous. Present continuous, it's also sometimes called present progressive. So okay, so it's sometimes called present progressive, present continuous. We're going to do the positive first, all right? So this is the positive. And here's the formula. Okay, so the subject, so the person or the thing, okay, plus the to be verb, and it's got to be conjugated, and then your second verb with ing. Okay, so for example, it's not, that looks confusing, but it's easy. You already know it. I am, that's the to be verb, right? I am going. You are going. He, she, it. Do you remember the to be verb for he, she, it? She is going. This one's a little easier because he, she, and it just follows the same pattern as everything else. All right, and then these are we are, y'all are, they are going. okay? So those are all the same. So really the only ones that are different in this one is I am and she is, okay? Everything else, and so then the second verb is go, and then ing. So going, eating, shopping, driving, okay? So it's just the verb plus ing. That's the positive of present continuous, okay? I am going. All right, let's do the negative. Okay, this one's easy. So it's the same. You still have to have the to be verb, I am, and then you put not. So you do not, for present continuous, you don't need to use do or does. No, to make it negative. No, 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 no. You don't need that. All you need is this not. I am not going. Okay? You are not going. He, she, it is not going. We are not going. Okay? We are not going. That's for all three of those. Y'all are not going. They are not going. Okay. So let's talk real quick. I'm going to do it super fast about contractions. Okay. So for this one, the only contraction you can have is this one. I am is I'm not going. So that's a contraction for I and am. And you say I'm, I'm, I'm. Okay, I'm not going. This one we'll do over here. That one gets a little crazy. All right, so then he's, okay, so you can do several contractions with this one. You can always say he is not going, she is not going. That's correct. It's completely correct. People will understand you. It's not strange. You can say that. But what you need to do is I want you to make sure that you listen. And if I say he's not going, that you know what I mean. So one of the contraction, the easy one is this, okay? Is not. The contraction for that one would be isn't. 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 Okay, so the next one that you could do would be he. Okay, so this is one contraction. So you can only use one at a time. So the next one would be this. He's. He's not going. He's not going. Okay? So if you use this one, this contraction, you can't say he's isn't. No, you have to pick one contraction. So either he's not going or he isn't going. Okay? You can't use both at the same time. So he's, she's, and then it's apostrophe s. Okay? So he's, she's, it's not going. Okay, and then we are not going. So, kind of like the he, she, it, there's two options for we are not going. You can use this aren't, aren't. Some child is screaming outside my classroom. Okay, aren't. We aren't going. Okay, so that's one contraction. You can also then make we are a contraction. So you could say we're, your, or their. So that's we're, your, or their. Okay? They're not going. Or they're going. You can use these contractions with positive or negative. All you do is put the not after the verb. Okay, so hopefully you're not crying because you're so bored. Okay. Okay, so real quick, the adverb placement, like last week we talked about adverbs of frequency. She is always coming late to class, right? You're going to put it between the to be verb and your second verb. That's where that goes. Okay, let's talk about uses, and then we'll do a practice, and then we'll be done. Okay, so the first and the easiest, use present progressive, present continuous. Use it now. Okay? Use it now. You are watching a video. Right? You are watching a video. Okay. That one's easy. All right. The next one is longer actions. Longer actions in progress now. Okay? Longer actions in progress now. So for example, I am studying English. So maybe you started studying English like 2 years in the past, and now you're still studying English, and you're probably going to be studying English for a few more years, right? Or maybe the rest of your life. But that's something that you're doing now. And so you can say, I am studying English. All right. We also use present progressive in the near future. So here's my example. I am taking a nap after class. Ha! I'm tired today, y'all. I'm taking a nap after class. All right, so that's near future. Okay, and then I like this one. Repetition and irritation. Okay, so it's this one you're like, wait a minute, that looks like the present, but it's not. This one is repetition and irritation with always. So the example is she is always coming late to class. Okay, so it does happen a lot, many, many times. This is when you're irritated. Oh, I didn't spell that right. Let me write. Irritation. There we go. I-O-N. Irritation. Okay, she's always coming late to class. It's when you want to complain. Quejar. Okay? Quemar? Quejar. I don't know. Okay. So the next one is right, we talked about how we use present simple in a permanent situation, like you live in Dallas, that's present simple. So if you're in a temporary situation, like for example, so I live in a house, but right now I'm living in an apartment until, let's say this, until my house is finished. Okay. Oops, not a question. All right, I'm living in an apartment until my house is finished. So I am living. It's a temporary situation. Like I have a house, but it's not finished yet. So right now I'm living in an apartment. It's temporary. I live in Richardson. That's permanent, right? That's more permanent. It's not going to change this year. So that's a good one to know. And then the last one is a developing situation. Boy, I know. Okay, we're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. All right, the last one is a developing situation. Many people, let's do this. Many people are, just to make that clear, are leaving Syria to live in Europe. Okay. So this is our leaving. This is a situation. It's like something is happening now. We don't know. Is it long? Is it short? We don't know, but it's happening right now. So it's a developing, desarrollando situation. All right. Okay. Real quickly. Again, if you need more review on how to make questions with this, well, this one you need to ask me. That's okay. All right. So to make the question, you do the to be verb, right? But we've got to conjugate it, plus the person, the subject, person or thing, plus the second verb, plus with the ing, okay, and then any extra info. Does it look similar to something else that you've seen already? Maybe. And then obviously here we can put our optional question word. Okay? Question words can be optional. So let's see. I'm having a party tonight and I want to know if Michael Jackson is coming. So I can ask, is he, so look, because I'm talking about Michael Jackson, I have to use the verb is, right? Is he coming to my party? No, he's not because he's dead. Okay. Is he coming to my party, right? So to be, the person, the second verb plus ing, is he coming? And then to my party is the extra info. All right. And if we wanted to add a question word, when is he coming to my party? Now the answer would have to be a time. All right. We'll do one more. Let's see. Are you? Are you? So because we use you, we have to put the to be verb are. Are you coming to my party? Okay? All right. Take a breath. Okay? You can do it. If you need a dance break, go do some Zumba, go run, go take a nap, go eat some chocolate, whatever you need to do. I have some cash. I have some nuts, some cashews. Okay? I might eat some nuts just to keep my energy up. Okay, we've got 10 questions that we're going to go over. So this week we're talking about the difference, like when do you use present simple or present continuous? And so most of the practice this week is just you deciding which verb tense do I need to use. Okay. So the practice today is only over. You're going to do practice present simple, practice present continuous. But right now, you and I are going to go do the present simple or present continuous where we have to decide which one to use. Okay. All right, let's look here, my friends. So using the words in parentheses, complete the text below with the appropriate tenses, then click the check button. Okay, so every Monday, Sally blank her kids to football practice. So are we going to put, they want us to use drive. So we have two options. We can do present simple, which because it's Sally, she would be drives, right? So we could say every Monday Sally drives her kids to football practice. Or we could use present continuous and say every Monday Sally is driving. So which one is correct? What do you think? What do you think, my friends? Let's look at our notes. Every Monday sure looks like, whoop, sure looks like this to me, a repeated action or a routine. So we're going to use present simple. Okay, we're going to use present simple. So Sally drives. Okay, let's do this one. Usually I work, right? It's a repeated action as a secretary at ABT, but this summer, ooh, okay, but this summer, so this is something different. I blank study, they want us to study French at a language school in Paris. That's why I am in Paris. Okay, so usually this woman or man works as a secretary, but this summer she's doing something different. So what should we use? What do you think? What do you think? If you need to, you can pause and answer these yourself and check them. But I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so I am studying. Woo! I am studying. We're doing the present continuous because this is different. She's doing this right now. She's not working as a secretary. She is studying in Paris. All right. Be quiet. John, what do we think? What do we think? This makes me think that it's in the moment, right? It's in the moment. John is sleeping. He is sleeping, right? John is sleeping right now, so you need to be quiet. So that's something that's happening right now. Okay? All right, number 4. Don't forget to take your umbrella. You know what an umbrella is, right? We need it when water falls from the sky. Okay, so don't forget to take your umbrella. What do you think? All right, so we're going to say for this one, it is raining. It is raining, right? That means like right now outside, it is raining. Right now outside, it is raining. Okay, so look at number 5. I hate living in Seattle because they want us to use always. It always. So for this one, if you go back to look here, look at this one, always true or facts. So in Seattle, it rains a lot. It always rains. So for this one, we have to use present simple, okay? So it always rains. So number 4 was we're using present continuous because she's talking about right now. You need your umbrella right now. And then number 5 is this is a fact. Like it always rains in Seattle. It's very rainy. Okay? All right. I'm sorry. I can't hear what do you think? Because everybody blank. I can't hear what you are saying because everybody is talking so loudly. This is like if you're in class or if you're at a party and you're trying to talk to someone and it's too loud, right? So it's happening right now. Okay? It's happening right now. All right. Let's look at this next one. Justin currently blank a book about his adventures in Tibet. I hope he can find a good publisher when he is finished. All right, let's go back to our notes on this one, my friends. Look, this looks like a longer action in progress. So he started the book maybe 2 months ago. Now he's still writing and he needs to write in the future. So Justin, Justin is currently writing, okay? Justin is currently writing. So we're using present continuous because we're talking about a longer action in progress now. So present progressive, present continuous. Okay. Number 8. Do you want to come over for dinner tonight? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. I blank to a movie tonight with some friends. What do you think? So is it going to be present simple or present continuous? So this one is going to have to be present continuous, the near future. I am taking a nap after class. I am going to a movie tonight with friends. I am going. So it's the near future. Okay. The business cards, normally. So what do you think? Is normally something that only happens right now? Or is normally something that happens often? To me, it's going to be this, right? Normally. They print the business cards all the time, okay? So the business cards are normally printed by a company in New York. Their prices, what do you think? We wouldn't say the prices are being. That's very, very, very strange. So this is very easy. It's just present simple. So their prices are inexpensive, and yet the quality of their work is quite good. So look, you can kind of look at the sentence and see that it's present simple. All right, one more. This delicious chocolate, blank, made by a small chocolatier in Zurich, Switzerland. What do you think, my friends? Look, it's it's something that's always true. It's a fact. This delicious chocolate is made by a small chocolatier in Zurich, Switzerland. All right? Okay, you did it. Congratulations. Week 3 of virtual learning. The rest of this week is just practicing this. Hopefully, you understand it. Use your notes if you need to. I will send you the answers. Yes, I've talked long enough. So, goodbye, my friends. Have a good week, and I will see you on Thursday. There's no school on Friday and no school next Monday. So, I'll text you. I'll communicate with you about packet pickup and all of that jazz. All right? Have a good week. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.